Ukraine, fire and sirens consumed the capital's sky overnight. Debris rained down during a massive attack on Kyiv of a magnitude not seen in months. That's from a city military official. He says 2 people were killed after several groups of drones approached from multiple directions. Meantime, Russia was also hit. It saw the biggest drone attack on its territory since its full-scale invasion of Ukraine began last year. Drones struck various areas around the country and 4 military planes were damaged at an airport in western Russia. We are, of course, following all of this on the ground for you. CNN's Melissa Bell is live in Zaporizhzhia. From your perspective, what are the key takeaways as we report this news? Melissa.
Well, clearly there was this huge night of missile strikes and drone strikes. As you said, Becky, the biggest here in Ukraine since the spring is significant, of course, because of the deaths themselves, the damage in Kyiv. And you showed those images, really impressive images of Kyiv's night sky, something we hadn't seen in a while. Still, I think the important thing to take away from it is how effective Ukraine's air defenses were. There were 28 missiles launched and 16 Shahed drones. All but one of the drones were intercepted. And I think that's significant and showing how well they're functioning. And perhaps the most interesting thing of what happened overnight was the drone attacks on Russian soil. As you said, the biggest one since the start of the war and extremely far from Ukraine's borders, including that successful attack on the airfield up in the very northwest of the country, much closer to the Estonian border and Latvian borders than it is, of course, the Ukrainian. Significant because of the target, as far away from Ukraine as it is, but also because of the damage done. Russia's air defenses did manage to stop some of those drone attacks. 6 regions in all were targeted, but the ones that did get through managed to damage transporter planes that were parked at that airport in Pskov. And the point is that these are the kinds of planes that are used, Becky, to transport troops, equipment, to try and bring reinforcements to Russian troops here in Ukraine. So a very specific target in terms of its distance and in terms of the nature of what was struck. And this goes to the heart of Ukraine's strategy. Kyiv doesn't comment on these individual drone attacks on Russian soil, but it has in the past alluded to its strategy and did so again today through the voice of a presidential advisor who spoke of the fact that the war was moving to Russian soil. It's about bringing it to the Russian people as it's been brought to the Ukrainian, but also, of course, about trying to target key infrastructure in Russia that might be helped as part of Russia's attempts to push back Ukraine's counteroffensive. And I think it's significant that these drone attacks, some of them managed to get through successfully, and a blow to Moscow. Let's be clear. In fact, what we've heard from Russia's foreign ministry is that these attacks will not go unpunished. This will have rattled Moscow. Some of the drones that were intercepted were heading to Moscow.